Hello, dear foodie friends, and welcome to Kitchen Chat. I'm your host, Margaret McSweeney, and I'm so excited you're joining us in the beautiful Viking and La Cornue showroom here with my favorite foodie friend and co-host, Chef Jamie Larita. It's so exciting to be in the Lynx vignette, which you designed this beautiful showroom, Jamie. And how appropriate that our first Kitchen Chat here in the Lynx vignette is with none other than the grill seeker himself, Chef Matthew Eads. We're going to talk about your new cookbook, Grill Seeker, Basic Training for Everyday Grilling. But welcome to Kitchen Chat.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited about it. And what a great set you've designed here. This is incredible.
Isn't this
Thank you very
great?
much. And I know you're a huge Lynx fan.
I am a huge Lynx fan.
We just read, Margaret and I were reading, really wasn't a quote, it was like a paragraph
Right.
about how much you were singing the praises of the Lynx products.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Lynx?
You know, there's so many things, but I would say probably just the durability and understanding that when I need to use it, it's always going to work every time.
Right.
I'm really fortunate in my line of work, right? Food blogging and tons of recipes and product reviews on my website. People send me stuff constantly. Can you try this out? Can you test it out? And, you know, I love to do it. But I've never touched a piece of equipment that just doesn't perform as well as a Lynx does. So it's
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
I concur. Lynx products are not only high performance, but they look good too.
Yeah, they look beautiful. It's like jewelry, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sitting right next to the outdoor oven here.
Yeah.
And hoping that I don't get burned.
And
That's
here,
actually one of my favorite pieces of equipment, by the way. I use
Oh.
so much in that oven.
Who wouldn't want that? You have one?
Yeah, I have that. I have everything that you have in this kitchen.
Oh,
it's
incredible.
Awesome. Yeah. Have you used the smoker?
Yes, I have. No, I haven't.
Yes, I have it.
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have it.
and here is the grill
Yep,
right
the grill,
here.
You've got the burners over there. You've got everything.
Tell me about the
Yes.
smoker.
So they've designed this smart smoker to basically take any sort of guesswork out of smoking. So if you're familiar with a pellet cooker, a lot of people
Yep.
are using them these days. You know, they're gaining popularity every day, and that takes a lot of guesswork out as well. But the flavor profile, in my opinion, that comes just from pellets, it's sort of lacking. And so what Lynx has done here is they've incorporated a wood chip, a charcoal, and a pellet sort of all in one. And that's where the flavor comes from. It's really robust.
I am dying
Wow.
to use that.
Oh,
piece
you
of
got to give it a
equipment.
shot. Yeah, it's perfect.
This is
Excellent.
great. Well, speaking of flavor and grilling, let's get grilling today. I have so many questions, but first of all, I want to say a very big thank you for your service to our country as being part of the Marines.
It's my pleasure. You know, I tell people all the time, I can't believe they paid me to do it. It was such a great job. So thank you, though. Yeah,
and thank you.
appreciate that.
And I love that you call it about the basic training.
Yes, this is basic training. So we got to sell enough of these books that we can do advanced training, right?
Yes, yes. So any exercise
yeah,
involved in
Yeah.
this.
That's right.
Let me see this cookbook.
Yes,
Margaret.
take the cookbook. It has some great things. And
Yeah.
I didn't realize you can grill watermelon. Can we
Yeah.
start with that?
Absolutely.
How does one do that?
I just happened to be turned to the page.
It's like you
Perfect,
know, it's like
Jamie.
he's
Yes.
like a regular co-host over here.
I just was like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
That's awesome.
Talk about it.
So yeah, I mean, the advantage to grilling watermelon, it's a lot of sugars in watermelon, right? So when you get the grill super, super hot, it doesn't take long, but you just want to char it for, 20, 30, 40 seconds just to kind of bring those sugars alive and caramelize them a little bit. And then I hit it with some feta cheese. I like to use some red pepper flakes on the watermelon because then you get kind of like that
good.
sweet heat. And sometimes you can throw some balsamic on there if you want, but it's a fun way to do watermelon. And it gives me an excuse to take a big bite and spit the seeds out like I did when I was a kid. You really can't get away with that as an adult. So.
And do you turn it on both sides then?
Yep. Just you can do it either way. I
Okay.
generally do both sides.
Great.
Matthew, tell me
Yeah.
what a moink ball is.
Oh yeah, the
moink
moink
ball.
ball, right? So
He had me at moink ball.
that's right. If you go to the grocery store and ask your butcher for moink, he's not going to know what you're talking about. So it's good that we're going to discuss it.
Yes.
Moink is a combination of the two sounds that animals make, moo and oink. So it's beef and pork, right?
I love it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I had no idea what a moink ball was until now.
Yeah, so we stuff it with some jack cheese, wrap it in bacon because everything is better with bacon. At least that's what I believe.
That's what everyone believes.
I mean, it's.
You should see me. You should see the things I do with bacon.
Well,
crazy.
yep, there we go. Some more bacon with the
Oh,
plantains.
look at this.
can
The
make a big-
pictures you're going to love. We'll make sure we do post.
What I love
some
about
pictures on it.
these recipes is that there's so much diversity from using a cast iron skillet.
Sure.
And then
Oh,
there's
wait,
this-
let's step back. You can use a cast iron skillet on a grill.
Sure.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about that.
Let's
How
do
does
it.
that work?
Just like you would use it over, a cooktop or a gas range, put the cast iron over the burner. Like these Lynx, this is the Trident burner, and they get super hot, 1,000 degrees. Put your cast iron over it. It's great for finishing steaks. So I like to cook steaks generally a thicker cut of steak, what's called the reverse sear. So I have heat on one side and a cool zone on the other, and I let the steak come up to temperature in the cool zone. And then when it gets about 5 degrees less than what I want, I put it on the cast iron that's over the Zorchin hot heat with some butter. And so that you can finish the steak, you get a great sear all over. I think grill marks are overrated. People love them. They're sexy. I get it. But the flavor really comes from that grill mark is called the Maillard reaction. That's where your flavor comes from. And I want that over the entire steak. So if you do it in a cast iron, you get some butter in there and some garlic. Oh man, there's nothing better.
Grilled peanut butter banana splits.
Oh, there
wow.
we go. There we go. Yeah.
I might be falling in love with you right now.
I mean, after the show, what are you doing?
I mean, let's go for coffee.
All right, and banana splits?
And banana splits.
All right.
Or go
Talk
grill.
to me about this. So you're wrapping the banana
Yeah.
in tin foil and putting it on the grill.
Yep. So the concept here is ease, simplicity, little cleanup. Wrap the banana in the tin foil. It's like a boat. Slice the banana down the middle and kind of separate it and fill it in with, I use peanut butter, but you can use chocolate chips. You can do whatever and hit it with some marshmallows on the end.
Okay, that sounds like something you can do.
I can
so
do
good.
this. Yes, I think I'm going to start with.
Yes.
The book is really great. I've already just quickly thumbed through it, and there's so many things. I love especially the tortilla s'mores.
Oh, s'mortillas, yeah.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah. I mean, the worst part of a s'more is the mess. You bite into it, the crackers crumble everywhere. It's a mess. So I've taken everything that goes into a s'more and put it inside of a tortilla. I call it a s'mortilla. We grill it up, and there's no mess. Kids love it.
Kids would love that.
Yeah, it's great.
Good thinking.
And grown-ups too.
So let's talk about where this all began.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
sure.
did you become
A grill,
grill
seeker.
Yep. Long story. I've been grilling since I'm 12 years old. Right. I had a fort in the woods like every young boy has. My fort was the Taj Mahal of forts. It wasn't like this little rickety old shack. This thing was incredible. But it was like a mile and a half from my house. And so, I'm hungry at lunch. I got to trek all the way home to get a bologna sandwich. And I didn't want to take a bologna sandwich every day to the fort. So I was like, I'm going to start cooking out here. So, I borrowed my mom's cast iron pan. She's never seen the pan since. And I fashioned a grill, and started cooking. And the first time that I cooked over open flame, I was hooked. It was just like that. Like, this is awesome. Like, you could look at something and say, I did this. Like, the fort was pretty cool to look at and say, I did that. But, like, cooking was...
Getting a whole visual here.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was just incredible. The first thing I cooked, bacon and eggs. And today I still do bacon and eggs often. I put it on my social media, and people seem to love eggs. I don't know what it is about eggs that people love so much, but...
Delicious.
Yeah, well...
Yes,
yeah.
good protein.
So, yeah, that's how it got started. Fast forward through life, I served in the military a number of years. I grilled the whole way through my career in the military. And I think I really sort of started to hone my skill when I was on active duty because, and I talk about this to other people all the time. Anybody can take a Wagyu steak and make it taste, you can eat it raw, it tastes good. Like,
right.
Anybody can do that. But when you're a guy, a junior enlisted guy in the Marines, you're buying whatever is the cheapest meat in the commissary. And sometimes that's, generally it's like flank or maybe round steak or something that's lacks a little bit of flavor. And you just start to play with different profiles and make that come alive. And so that's where I feel like I really honed my skills when you have to work with cheap ingredients and still make them taste good.
Right.
The Marines are, you get enough beer, anything tastes good. Like these guys will do anything. So, but yeah, I got to just play around with those things, and that's where it really came alive. I was a 30-year-old freshman in college. I left the Marines at age 30 after 13 years. I was a freshman in college, so a little different experience as a freshman when you're 30.
Yes.
I went to Penn State, go Nittany Lions. Cheap plug there. So I finished school, went to General Electric, worked a number of years there, and I really just wanted to do something on my own. I wasn't sure what that was going to be, but I knew that I wanted to follow my passion, and grilling is my passion, and got an opportunity to write the book. And honestly, like the concept of the book is that I feel like, and I've sort of started a movement online, and I call it #UnitedByFlame. And what I mean by that is when you get a group of people around an open fire and you're cooking food, and it's about not only building great flavors but great memories, and it matters not when you're around this grill, your gender, race, socioeconomic status, political affiliation, those things go out the window because all you're really talking about is the food and the great time. You're building those memories.
Right.
And I feel like too many people break their grill out on like Memorial Day and 4th of July, and the rest of the time it's growing cobwebs. So I thought, if I could create a book that allows people to grill every night, simple recipes that can be done by anyone every night of the week, maybe it brings more people together. And so I hope I've accomplished that with this book.
This is great.
Yeah.
Firing up memories.
Oh,
Well, you know
love
what?
that.
When you go to the restaurant and the chef is cooking in front of you, right? And he's the food is good, but what do you remember? You remember the volcano that he put out there, right? The little choo-choo volcano, right? It's the memories. The onion being chopped, and he tosses the shrimp, and everybody's trying to catch it with their mouth, right? Those memories are what you're building.
It
That's what I'm
is.
trying to build here.
And united by
I
flame.
love campfire cooking. I really do.
That's great, right?
Yes. I'd love to hear a little bit more about your experience in the Marines
Sure.
and cooking there. So
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, did you make Thanksgiving on the grill for the Marines?
Yeah, I mean, I do everything on the grill, and
Yes.
one of the things that's centric to the folks that are enlisted in the military is you're all away from home at some point,
Yes.
and not everybody can afford to go home on leave. Not everybody can take leave at the same time. Like somebody's got to do the job. So I always made it a point for at any big holiday to have as many folks over as I could, and grilled turkey, by the way, is excellent.
Oh, yeah.
You can grilled stuffing, smoked stuffing. Like you can do anything that you can do in the kitchen. I say you should do it on the grill. It always tastes better.
I did
Wow.
recently. I went camping and I brought, I guess it was for about 20 people, and I brought 2 different kinds of shepherd's pie.
Oh yeah.
And I put them in these little tin containers, and I made them on the grill.
Oh, I imagine it was a showstopper, right?
Amazing.
People loved it.
Yeah.
People loved it. You're right. Anything that you can cook. I mean, basically, my range at home is off all summer.
Right.
And I have a great grill outside, and that's what I cook everything on.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, no sense heating the house up, right? If you can go be outside and
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you grill in the winter?
Yes. And I live in Virginia, right? And there's snow, and so I'm not opposed to wading through a foot of snow to get to the grill and do my thing.
Can you picture it, guys? I can't.
Yes.
It's on my social media. I've got plenty of stories of me like it's snowing out, and I'm like I'm fighting, and using this oven as a matter of fact. And so one of the cool things about this oven is that hood is reversible. So in the summer, it can blow the heat to the back of the grill, and you don't get hot. And in the winter, you just turn it around like you have it here, and you get that warm air coming in. So you actually kind of
Yes.
stay warm.
Very
One
nice.
Lynx product. They're all great, but this is the one Lynx product I really want the most. Are you listening, Middleby?
You got to send this guy one. It's
Yes.
yeah.
It really is.
And what about cornbread? Can you make cornbread on the grill?
I have a recipe, in fact, for cornbread in here.
I
yeah,
love it.
Yeah, it's
This is
jalapeno
great.
cheddar cornbread. I do
Oh,
it in a
yum.
cast iron pan. And here's what's great is that the cornbread batter itself really
Mm-hmm.
takes on some smoke. So if you're interested in a smoke profile, people don't quite understand that, can I get smoke from a gas grill? Absolutely. There's various tools that you can put, there's a smoke tube that you can fill with, the Lynx, they got the pellets that we talked about earlier and the charcoal and the wood chips. So you fill this tube up and you put it over the hot burner, and in seconds you have smoke. So you set your temperature for whatever you want it, and you can bake in there, and the cornbread really takes on a lot of that smoky flavor. And throw some cheddar and jalapeno, like it's money.
So Matthew,
That does
as far as in your opinion, I don't want to stump you here, but
Uh-oh.
I'll try.
No,
What do you
Anytime it's
Yeah.
preference with I don't want to stump you, I get a little nervous.
Good. What do you think is the biggest mistake people do on the grill?
Not understanding that you don't need to have direct heat only. My dad was a perfect example of this. Like, I can't tell you how many hockey puck hamburgers I had as a kid because my dad knew one thing: high heat all the time.
Yeah, right. I
So
agree.
yeah, so the biggest mistake is I think not understanding that there should be 2 different zones of heat in your
Absolutely.
grill, and that most of what people cook in general should be used or cooked primarily in indirect heat and kind of seared at the end.
I agree. I mean, I see so many people firing up their grill and they're raging hot, like
Yeah.
the hottest they can be. They throw burgers on there and then they're smashing the burgers down, squeezing the hell out of
Okay.
the juice of the burger.
Yep.
Is that you,
I
Margaret?
confess.
Yes, yep. That's the burger I grew up on.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know more of that. I do love a good smash burger on a griddle, but I'm not interested in smashing the flavor out of my burger over a.
And then there's grill maintenance. Let's talk about that a little bit.
yes.
Because every grill I seem to I get, as you probably do as well, you get invited over people's house for a barbecue and you wind up doing the cooking.
Yeah.
And you look at their grill and you're like,
Oh my God. Yeah. Remnants of the last time they cooked still on there, like some
wow.
pork hanging down, all dried out, and it's grease everywhere. Yeah.
I mean, maintaining your grill is super important.
Yes.
You can go through. I recently met a person that was using another grill, like a Weber grill or something like that, and those things sometimes can be temporary if you don't take care of
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
This person has their grill. It was Chef Bill Kim for like 20
Oh
years.
no.
Same grill, 20 years. Because of maintenance, yeah.
Oh,
I get asked
that
often.
is great.
Yeah.
Wow.
I get asked often. I do a lot of stories on Instagram, and in these stories, it's I've tried to make them like a tutorial. And here's what we're going to start with today, and here's what I'm hoping to accomplish. And I try to break it down in like 12 to 15 segments that are like 20 seconds a piece. And one of the questions I get most when people see me grilling is, how do you keep your grill so clean?
Right.
So easy. I take the grates off, anything that I can break down when I'm done cooking, bring it into the kitchen. I spray it down with Easy Off oven cleaner.
Yeah.
I let it sit for an hour, and then I just grab an SOS Brillo pad or whatever and
Can
scrub
you
it
come
down.
over to my house later and do that for me?
I don't know. We can talk about it.
Mine needs to be clean. Do you ever use the wooden paddle?
I have, yeah.
What do you think about those?
I like them once you get them broken in, but it's a lot of work to get one of those things broken in. Like you got to really scrape a lot to get the divots.
Right.
Otherwise, you're just kind of touching the surface of the grate. I'm not a huge fan of using the wire brushes either. The wire gets everywhere, and I don't think that's safe either. So
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of grills being caught on fire, Margaret. Is that you?
Oh
Have
no,
you done that?
I have not caught the grill on fire. Now you're scaring me.
Well, a lot of people don't clean the bottom,
Yeah.
the grease
Oh.
tray.
yep.
Oh, good. Okay, good to know.
So here is another great tip from
Yes.
the grease tray perspective, specific to the Lynx grill. I get those cheap, like cookie sheets that are the disposable ones. I put them under the burners, and they collect all the grease. When I'm done, I just take it out and throw it away. I'm out
Done.
$1.25, and then I replace
Fantastic.
it.
Easy breezy.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. So, what has been the most challenging thing you've cooked on the grill? Or surprising?
I do paella a lot.
Oh.
That's in a big paella pan on a burner. I love doing it outside. With the power burner, you get that really intense heat.
Yes.
Because that allows you to have a nice crunch. Like, I don't know if you love paella or not, but I can
Love
eat
it.
paella.
Love it.
8
One of my
nights a
favorite
week.
things,
Yeah. And for me, my favorite part of the paella is the crusty rice on the
That's
bottom.
right.
And
You need
so. And I think
Scraping
you
that up.
got to scrape that up, and I think
Yeah.
people just like to watch that. I love to use the rotisserie, and you can do so many things on the rotisserie. People, when you think about a rotisserie, you think chicken, right?
Yes.
Rotisserie chicken, but there's so many other things you can do, and I do, I do pork, I do lamb, I do a lot of lamb on the rotisserie, and I just think it's, again, we go back to that sort of primal,
Yeah.
you're watching your food cook when it's spinning around and people are
Pineapple is
watching.
great on the rotisserie.
Pineapple is great.
Oh.
Yeah, yep.
Very
So
good.
turkey is great on the rotisserie also. So don't limit, here's your tip, don't limit your rotisserie to just chicken.
That is great. And
Yeah.
speaking of tips, I always like to end the show with the 3 top tips
Okay.
for the home chefs or the home grillers
Right.
out there. What would be 3 tips?
See, the first one is don't, and I'll catch a little flack for this because plenty of people think that they can grill by feel. I say don't grill by feel. There's too many. Get yourself an instant read thermometer and save yourself ruining that $30 steak that you bought because you overcooked it because you thought it felt like my thumb. That's what I read online.
Yes.
That just doesn't work. So
Okay.
that'd be my first one. The second one we talked about
Great tip.
earlier, heat management, like understanding that there's more than one zone. And the third, and probably the most important, is have fun. If you're not having fun, hang up the tongs and go do something else. Like, grilling is about, again, the memories and the experience, so have fun with it.
Oh, I love that. United by Flame.
Yeah.
And speaking of your basic training camp, do you actually have basic training?
I do. I
for
travel the
everyone?
country, actually, and teach classes at various places, teach people how to grill, like just the basics of grilling.
Yes.
And I tell everybody in the class, like, listen, if you want to have a picture of yourself or you and your friends or family around your grill, send it to me at grillseeker.com. I'll post it on my website with all the other United by Flame members, and it'll have a link to your social media profile, and we can just kind of get the word out there that, grilling is more than just two or 3 days a year. Let's do it every night.
Love that. Well, I feel like we are all united by flame.
Yeah.
Now-
No, I like this guy. I think I'm
Yes.
going to start following him on Instagram.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
I
it.
don't follow him on Instagram.
No, not a big follower.
No.
Okay, you got to go. You're setting the pace.
I am.
Yes.
Good.
And it's at Grill Seeker.
Yes, you can send it
Yes.
to info@grillseeker.
Okay.
And we'll get the picture posted and with a link to your social media.
Oh, well, thank you so
Thank you for
much
having me.
for
It's been a
joining.
pleasure. Yeah.
Oh, thank
Thanks.
you. And thank you, Chef Jamie.
Of course.
And thank you, dear foodie friends, for following the fun here on Kitchen Chat in the beautiful Viking and La Cornue showroom. Please make sure you visit Chef Jamie in the Merchandise Mart here. I'll make sure I have links to Chef Matt's book and his website so you can visit him as well. And please visit me in my kitchen, kitchenchat.info. And always remember to take a moment and savor the day.